Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crafting Made Easy. For this video, we will be using Siser Easy Subli to sublimate or to, we'll get to it. If you're interested in seeing what this video is about, go ahead and stand by. So the items you will need for this project is EasySubli. So you'll need EasySubli heat transfer vinyl. I will have to search to see where I purchased this from because I purchased it a long time ago. So before I put it in the description box below, I will have the exact location where you can purchase EasySubli from. You'll also need an image. You'll need, of course, a sublimation printer. And you'll need a heat press. And of course, you'll need an article of clothing or whatever you're putting this on. I will be using a sweatshirt. Okay, so we got the items out of the way. So let's just jump into what EasySubli is. So EasySubli is a heat transfer vinyl. So it's kind of like a transfer sheet and Sublimation had a baby. And this is what you get. You get the EasySubli. Because you'll use your sublimation printer to print on the sheet. With regular transfer paper, you'll just use your regular your regular printer with regular ink or not premium ink. What is it? Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm drawing a blank. I'll put it across the screen what it's called. But you can use that ink or you can use your regular ink and print on your transfer paper, and then you can put it on your article of clothing. This you can print from your sublimation printer. So my regular printer does not print big sheets, so it's easier for me to use my sublimation printer because I have a 7720 and that prints up to, I want to say 13 by 19. It prints large sheets versus my regular printer, which prints regular, paper of this size, 8 by 5 by 11. So I like the EasySubli. This will be my first time using the EasySubli, even though I've had it for a long time. I purchased it from, I want to say 651 vinyl, but well, now they're 143 vinyl because they no longer sell 651. But I want to say I purchased it from them, and you could purchase it by sheets versus purchasing it in the big box, because these sheets are very expensive. So when you're doing it, you want to make sure you're doing it exactly right so you don't waste your sheet, because these sheets are expensive. The EasySubli itself is expensive. So kind of practice on regular sublimation paper, because regular sublimation paper is way cheaper than EasySubli paper is. So I just want to kind of put that out there. But I purchased it in sheets. So I purchased about, I want to say 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have, so 6. Yeah, I purchased 6 sheets because I already printed my image on one. And I had one because I was measuring the area where I was going to print out. But I purchased it in 6, and I don't remember how much I paid for it because I purchased it, I want to say early this year or maybe last year. But yeah, it is expensive. So just kind of take your time when you're using it so you don't waste it, basically. All right, so it came with these instructions. So it tells you how to use it, what it's about, how to wash it. So when you're using it, you want to wait at least 24 hours before the first wash. Machine wash warm or cold with mild detergent. Dry on low dryer setting. Do not dry clean or bleach, and wash inside out for best results. So kind of sort of like vinyl, similar, but I think vinyl you don't really use, it tells you not to use softener. But this doesn't say don't use softener, but I would assume you would do it the same way as vinyl. You want to use it. You can use it well, excuse me, y'all. It applies to 100% cotton, 100% polyester, and poly cotton blends. So pretty much anything. I'm going to be putting on a sweatshirt, and I believe the sweatshirt is 100% cotton or maybe a poly cotton blend. So this will go right along with it. You will press it for 311 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds, pressure medium, and the peel is warm. Also, when you print it out, it tells you how, it doesn't tell you what settings to put it on, but I watched a couple other videos and they kind of let me know what to print it on. So I'll take y'all to the computer really quickly just to show you what you want to have it set at for you to print it correctly. And also, let me just tell you real quick before I forget. When you print it out, you want to make sure your image, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this is a matte side. So this is a rough side right here. And then there's a shiny side. So you can see this side is a little bit more shinier and smoother. This is the rough side, is the side you want to print it on. You want your image to be on the rough side because this is the backing. The shiny part is the backing. So when you put your paper in, however your paper goes, you want to make sure the shiny part, so if you're treating it like sublimation paper, just imagine A sub is written on the back of this on the shiny side. So when you put it into your printer, the matte side is face down, and that way it'll print on the correct side. So I just wanted to get that out the way because I would have forgotten and you would print it on the wrong side. Also, once you print it out of your printer, you want to allow the ink to dry for 2 hours before masking. I'll get into masking in a minute. And then, or you can lay your design underneath an open heat press plate for 45 seconds. So you just want to have your heat press already turned on, preheated, all that, and you're just going to put the image onto the plate for 45 seconds so the ink can dry and set in. Okay, you don't want to press it down on top of your image. You just want to kind of just let it sit in the open heat press. And this also says that it's what does it say? Okay, so it says Easy Subli is also applied at a low temperature. We already talked about that, for 311 degrees Fahrenheit compared to 380 and above for traditional sublimation. So it's going to be set at a lower temperature because it's not regular sublimation. And then also it says that it's best used with the Sawgrass machines and Siser Easy Subli inks by Sawgrass for best results. But it also says it is designed to work virtually with any sublimation printer. So you can use it with any sublimation printer. I have seen videos where people have used it with other sublimation printers other than the Sawgrass, because the Sawgrass the Sawgrass printer and ink can be very expensive. So if you're going the route that many of us crafters do, we use the 7720 or the 7710 or other Epson printers to print sublimation. You are still able to use the Subli, the Easy Subli with it. So I just wanted to kind of get that out the way too. So let me just make sure I got everything out of the way before we go to the computer, and I just show you what to put your printer on to print. And let me make sure. Yep, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and head over to the the computer, and then we'll go over to the heat press and get this party started. Image here is for a customer for an order I'm trying to complete. I will be putting it on a sweatshirt. The sweatshirt is an XL, and it is also a cotton sweatshirt. So we already know that we can use the Easy Subli on 100% cotton, 100% polyester, and poly cotton blends. So we already know all of that. My measurements are 11 inches height and 12 inches width. So that is what I'm going to be using for this particular sweatshirt. So that's that right there. And I already have my layout. It is in orientation landscape. Everything else is already set up. It's on tabloid size. Yes. So when you go to the print, when this box pops open, you want to make sure that your image is not mirrored. So this is a big one because typically with sublimation, your image has to be mirrored, but with the Easy Subli, because it is like transfer paper, it is going, you're just going to be laying it right on top of your shirt, or yeah, your shirt. So, and I'll show you what I'm talking about so you can see it for the visual learners. So you don't want it to be mirrored because it'll be the opposite. It'll be backwards if you're just putting it down flat on the shirt. So you want to make sure that it is not mirrored. Also, for your, let me see, is it media quality, you want to print it on, what's it? Yeah, photo matte paper. So you want to print it on photo matte paper, and you want it to be at the best setting. So photo matte paper at the best setting. Again, the Easy Subli did not come with how to print it out, but I've looked at other videos, and that is what they printed. Their media type is, and it came out really well. So that is what I'm going to be using, photo matte paper, and at the best quality. Okay, so we are at the heat press, and as I was explaining before, to get the image to dry after you've taken it out of the printer, you just want to have it under an open heat press for 45 seconds to set the colors in and also to dry the ink. You want to make sure your ink is dry, otherwise it will run and smear on your shirt, and then you have wasted your Easy Subli. And again, these sheets are quite expensive, so you want to make sure it is dry. You can also dry it for about 2 hours without the heat press, but if you're like have a lot of orders or in a rush, you can sit it underneath the heat press and let it dry for 45 seconds, and then you'll be able to go ahead and press it onto your item of clothing. All right, and I'm just closing it a little bit. It's not touching the image at any point because you don't want to put any pressure on the image as is, because you will mess up your image. So you just want to kind of just close your heat press a little bit so it can actually feel the heat of the top plate. Okay, so I almost forgot to take off the white from the image, because in my head I'm just thinking sublimation, and it won't come up. But this is, like I said, sublimation, and a transfer sheet had a baby. So if I would have left the white onto the if I would have left the white on the image, it would have pressed onto the sweatshirt. So you want to make sure you cut out any area on these Easy Subli that does not have any image on there, because you don't want it to be on your product. I mean, unless that's the look that you're going for. But if that's not the look you're going for, you want to make sure you cut all the excess on the image. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there really quickly because I almost forgot, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. So I went and cut off the white with an X-Acto knife. All right, so you're going to press your product the same way you would do for sublimation, just for a couple seconds, just to kind of get all the moisture out. 15 seconds. All right. All right, so it's all pressed out. Let me go ahead and get my lint roller, and I'll be right back. So we're just going to lint roll our area. Make sure you get any lint up that's there. And then we're going to put our image. Okay, before you put your image on your shirt, you want to kind of measure and see, but you can do that after you do this part here. So this is the mask that I was talking about. The mask is basically like the heat transfer cover that you would have on like the heat transfer vinyl. So you just kind of put it on your image like so. It protects your image and it also helps you move it around. You only really need to use the mask, well, I should just say for myself, I would only use the mask if my image was in smaller pieces. So like if this was cut out and it was lettered, or you know, so forth, or it was cut out, it wasn't one whole piece, then I would use the mask so I can keep all the pieces together and then lay it down. Since this is one big full piece, I'm not going to use the mask. And like I said, you don't have to use the mask if you don't want to, but if you use the mask, you would just simply, let me see, peel. I think it's just a peel. I can't grab it. But you would just separate it from the protective backing because it's sticky on the other side. So you would just peel it from the protective backing, lay it on your image, and then your image now it looks like heat transfer vinyl, basically. But like I said, I'm not going to use the mask because this image is pretty big and it won't be a problem laying it down onto the item. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to peel this. There we go. So you're just going to peel your image off of the backing. So you see right here, because this does not go on your shirt. This part right here is what goes on your shirt. So you're just going to gently, I'm just going to gently peel this from here, and then I'll be back. The mask also helps you not to rip your image. So if you wanted to be cautious and use the mask so you won't rip your image because it's really tough to get off. You can put the mask on there, but I'm gonna go really slow and take it off, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and got the backing off. I had to go to my desk and I didn't take the camera with me, so unfortunately I didn't show you how to remove the backing. But once you've just put some firm pressure on it, don't do it like this going up, flip it so it will look like this with the backing on there, and then pull like that, and that will come off easier. Don't pull it from the front, pull it from the back. All right, so I'll show you when I use this again if this turns out right. So let me just measure, make sure, and this is how I measure to make sure my stuff is oh, that was right on the money. All right. And I'm not gonna bring it down too far. That's good. So I probably could have made the image a little smaller. Okay, so I measured it. It's in the center where I want it to be. I put the mask on there just because this is my first time using it, and I'm a little anxious about using it, and I don't want it to stick to anything. So I'm putting the mask on top of it, and then I'm also putting this piece of paper on top of it, so it will act as a butcher paper. And then it says to press for 15 seconds. So let me get my timer together. I could just count 15 seconds from the heat press because my heat press is set on 60 seconds. It's a chore trying to change the time on there, so I don't like to do it. But we're going to go ahead and press for 15 seconds, and then I will be back. All right, so that was 15 seconds, and it says it is a warm peel. So I am just going to go ahead and take this mask off. Look at how the colors popped on there. So the colors came out fantastic, y'all. Look how bright that is. Wow. So on the mask, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you can see how the color, as typical sublimation, it did come on top of the mask. It's not on the paper because the clear mask was on there. This is in the shirt. It is smooth. It's not really thick or anything like that. It is very vibrant. I like it. I like it a lot. I was nervous to use it, but I like it. And now I know all the steps to take and how to peel it and everything like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I hope the person this is going to likes it as much as I do. Yeah. This is really smooth. Now you can still feel that it's like paper, not paper, but something on there. It's not into the fabric such as sublimation, but it doesn't feel really thick or anything like that, and it's really smooth. The colors are really vibrant, and again, I am loving it a lot. I will put everything in the description box where I purchased the Easy Subli from. This sweatshirt was given to me, but you can purchase sweatshirts any color from jiffyshirts.com, or you can just put in hoodies, sweatshirts, and in Google, and they'll give you a whole bunch of wholesalers. Or you can go to Walmart, anywhere like that, to purchase a hoodie. This one I am loving, and I'm going to go ahead and hang this up so it can dry some more onto the shirt. And that is it. So if you enjoy this, I'm about to say episode. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you are watching this video but you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. Also, I do have a Facebook group. It is called Crafting Made Easy. I just recently kind of put everything in there. I've started it back in March, but I didn't like put anything in it or, you know, advertise or anything like that for it. So I thought now was the time. It is a good area for everyone to come together, ask any questions you may have, show us some new tricks and tips and hints and all that other good stuff. So if you're interested in joining that group, just go to Facebook, type in Crafting Made Easy, and it should pop up. It is a private group, and you do have to answer a few questions, but after that, you will be entered into the group. As long as you're not with any foolishness or anything like that, because with everything going on, we don't need any drama in crafting. So what else? I think that is all. If you're interested in purchasing any of my items, such as my sweatshirts or t-shirts, or any jewelry, I do have those posted on my website, Up at Midnight Custom Designs LLC.com, and that will also be in the description box below. So if you're interested in purchasing anything, you can go ahead and click that link. And also everything that I use, especially when I get off of Amazon, I will have the link next to it in the description box below. They are affiliate links, and I do get a small commission from you clicking that link. So if you are interested in anything that I use on this channel, you can go ahead and click those Amazon links, and it will take you directly to that product, and you can go ahead and add it to your cart. Again, I do get a small commission on the Amazon purchases that you make. The other places that I give you, I don't get any commission. I just want to share that information with you so you can grow your business or grow your hobby. I think that is all. And with that said, everyone take care. And until next time, peace.